is breaking news.
And welcome back. It is just about 6 o'clock in the morning. We've got some breaking news that they've started to clear out the homeless encampments underneath the Pontchartrain Expressway. Obviously, this has been a goal of Governor Jeff Landry's for a long time now, as we saw first with the Taylor Swift concert,
right,
and now ahead of the Super Bowl.
And of course, Maddie Kurth is live on the scene as law enforcement starts that sweep and as a new transition center opens in the Gentilly neighborhood. Maddie, what can you tell us?
Hey, Kelsey and Lucy, good morning. So we knew this was going to happen. It's just happening a little bit sooner than we were originally told. We knew that these sweeps would start happening at sunrise. It's just a couple of minutes before that. But here's a look at what's going on. So we've got a bunch of state agents out here with their state police vehicles, also some unmarked units, all with their lights on, and those agents are now moving throughout the area underneath the Pontchartrain Expressway here, starting to wake everyone up and telling them it's time to clear out. Now, they're going to be taking them, if they choose to a more than 70,000 square foot transitional facility in Gentilly. It has enough room to sleep about 200 people, and they'll give them food, medicine, and mental health resources. Those buses are going to start making those trips as the morning progresses here. But as I mentioned, the state says no one has to go there. They just can't stay here underneath the bridge. Now, the space underneath the interstate will eventually be swept and fenced off. The city and public health officials worry that this is the wrong solution. Plus, neighbors of Gentilly Woods and Pontchartrain Park tell us they were blindsided by the governor, and no one consulted their neighborhood associations ahead of time before bringing all of these people out near their homes. Now, New Orleans Health Director Dr. Jennifer Avegno says Mayor LaToya Cantrell's Home for Good initiative set out to house 1,500 people in the span of 2 years. We're about halfway to that deadline, and Dr. Avegno says more than 800 people have been placed in permanent, stable housing.
That's not in a warehouse that until a few days ago was not fit for human habitation in an isolated area with no services and no direct linkage to housing.
There's a lot of concerns that were not addressed that if we had been at the table, we could have at least had a say-so in it.
So the money to make this happen came from Governor Jeff Landry's executive order after the New Year's Day terror attack. But New Orleans Councilwoman Leslie Harris takes issue, saying she asked Governor Landry for $8 million to help the programs that are already in place that bring that permanent housing to people. And she says she heard nothing back. Now the state spends around twice as much as that initial request on this temporary solution. But here you see some of those coach buses lining up now, a U-Haul as well, as they're beginning to load people up. And for homeless people with roots here in New Orleans, they're going to have priority. If they have a job here, they're going to have priority for the services. Landry says anyone with the means to leave the area will be given a bus or a train ticket, but they're going to have to prove that they have a place to go, like with a relative or a friend to stay with, for example. But we're going to stay out here this morning and monitor this. Right now, it's happening without incident. We're not hearing of any yelling or arguing or screaming here happening underneath the bridge. People are just waking up, starting to stir and get their things together. But that's the latest here, reporting near the Pontchartrain Expressway. Maddie Kurth, Fox 8, Local First.
All right, Maddie, it's going to be a long morning, that's for sure. Thank you so much.
All right, time is